Just out of curiosity, why is serenading not a thing anymore? And used to show up to a girl's house who they liked with a guitar and start singing, hoping they'd peek their head out the window. Men used to go to war. Now, men expect you to have sex with them after they pay for a $50 dinner. Now, men are talking to an entire football-sized roster of females. Now, men are cocky, their egos are through the roof. And if you mention a guy that you like to your friends that you've been hanging out with, just forget about it. You're never gonna hear from him again. Never.
Yeah, I've had a lot of men recently asking me, why don't women just ask men out instead of like doing little researches on them and doing little FBI things and doing little running arounds and little finding out of little morsels of information. And the answer is because when you ask a man out, it feels like you're holding out a tin cup and going, please, sir, how much for the pool? Please, sir, please, can I have some more? Like, you feel like Oliver freaking Twist, my guy. Not a position most women want to be in. So we would rather make you think it's your idea, because that's what's happening most of the time. Most of the time, that's what's happening. Women make the first move by allowing you to be in a position to make the first move. That's all. I hope that's helpful, because that's the actual answer. And like, I actually have asked guys out before. I have. But it has felt like, it feels like begging. And I just don't like that.
Well, to some guys, it feels like begging as well. That's the way some of these women make it seem. So, same boat.
I like medium ugly guys with a lot of riz. I don't like hot guys. I don't like hot guys.
Imagine creeping behind your man's back with a man who knows how to handle you. Gives you money, don't ask no questions. You know it's wrong. You feel guilty, but not enough to stop.
Yep, main dude during the day, side dude at night. Everything was all good. Then one day my man said he was taking a guy's trip. And that's when everything started falling apart.
Dang, I hate that for you. But there's a lot of women out here acting reckless, so I get it.
That man that came on here a couple of months ago who said it's going to become a time where it becomes a gift for men to even deal with women. Like, it's going to be an honor to have a woman by your side, because women are evolving so much to the point that they're not dealing with men no more. They're happy by themselves. They're happy on them low selves, and they're good. And it's going to literally be an honor, a prize to have a woman by your side. It's a prize now and an honor now, but it's going to become so detrimental because women are not dealing with men no more. He was on to something, because all this stuff that's going on right now, he was on.
You know, the way some of these women talk about evolving, you would think that they're Pokemon. Come on, guys.
If you were to ask me how to get over a breakup, the first question I would ask you is, do you cry after you take the trash out? Said what I said.
Well, we're not talking about trash. We're talking about humans, so...
No, but we need to talk about this more. A lot of us are ending up with men who actually hate us. And I know we're all on this I hate men campaign right now, but I think it's because a lot of times we're choosing the men who don't actually like us.
Charity, I'm going to tell you right now, with these women not wanting to take accountability, you're not going to win this one.
I hear so many black men saying how the white woman they prefer white women because of certain things, or they have certain reasons. Well, listen to me. These women don't have to do virtually anything. They cook, they clean, the same things that we know how to do, right? We don't only have to cook and clean, though. We gotta keep our hair done. We gotta keep ourselves up a certain kind of way. You guys want lingerie. You want us to look fabulous every time.
You go up and down the comments and you see one general theme. Men want peace.
Disciplined man. A man who knows how to treat himself and knows his self-worth and is respectful and is traditional just in the right sense, and like wants to give and is like open to receiving and is not like trying to get like to fight with you over like the spotlight, and knows that he's a leader and like walks and guides and like and like doesn't rush you and is calculated and is like, again, like disciplined. He has a vision and he executes it. Oh, sweet mama. Oh, sweet mama. Send him my way. It's so sexy. Like, it's so sexy. Like, when men have their shit together, like, don't forget, emotionally intelligent. He's got to be emotionally intelligent and is like in tune with his feelings and like checks in with himself and like is not reactive. Oh, you know where to find me. Send him my way. Send him my way.
The girl said, I'm taking applications down there in the caption. Ain't nobody applying. Leave him alone.
I don't like six packs on men. It's giving Ken doll. I'm not into it. I feel like I might be the only one though.
It took me 37 years to realize that the fastest way to get rid of a man is to ask him for something. Okay, now if you're advanced, if you're on your share of 7, ask him for money. That'll make him disappear quick, fast, in a hurry. If you're more like intermediate or beginner, ask him to do something, to fix a problem for you. And it don't even have to be nothing big. So at one point I was dealing with this dude, right? And I was sitting at home chilling when all of a sudden I heard in my little head, lie to him, okay? And I don't know if it was God speaking divinely to me or if it was the devil that's...
God would tell you to lie. He would tell you to lie. Enough is enough.
Okay, listen, it's the second date and I don't show up. I don't show up because this man said he was going to order me a ride, aka give me money for the ride, and then didn't send it. So like, I got ready, I made other plans, and didn't show up to the date. And so he's texting me now and he's like, where are you? Like, hey, I'm here. Like, when you get here, let me know and I'll open the door for you. And I was like, actually, I'm not coming. I made other plans because you are inconsistent. And he was like, what? And he sends me a picture because I make men buy me gifts. Like, you're going to buy me a gift by the second date. Okay. If I'm not asking you for a gift, like, you're not a candidate. All right. So I make men nonetheless buy me gifts. And
I'm not going to listen to the entire video. You could do better with your money, brother. I'm just going to say it like that.
That man would rather lose you than change, and that's all you need to know. He has gone days, weeks, months without speaking to you, and that's all you need to know. What more is there to know? What more do you need? Closure? That's all the closure that you need right there. He left. He thought that his life would be better without you in it. And I know that that's not easy to hear. Do you honestly think that your husband, your soulmate, the man that you are meant to be with for the rest of your life, would just let you walk right out of his life? He didn't fight for you. He didn't make the effort. I promise you, the man that you are truly meant to be with is going to do what he needs to do to keep you. He's not going to let you go, sis. He's going to see the value in you from day one. I don't know who needed to hear this, but I just feel like somebody did. All right, so stop sitting around sad. He wasn't the love of your life, but you will find who is. Love you.
This advice is so hilariously bad. It's just bad advice coming from beautiful women. It's a skill. I continue to say I'm in the wrong business. 375,000 likes, 2 million plays, 22,000 shares, 70,000 bookmarks. A woman in the comments said, I just blocked him while listening to this video. Thanks. It doesn't matter whether you blocked him. He wasn't calling you. He wasn't texting you. He didn't care at all. Another woman said he dumped me and then I never heard from him again. Sad, but life goes on, I guess. Right. That man is... What do men keep on saying? I want peace. A man's going to do whatever he needs to do. He's going to fight this. He's going to DDT a dragon. He's going to rock bottom a snake. No, I'm not. If you're bringing me trouble and all you're bringing me is problems, I'm out of here.
Black men in general, and this is a generalization, seem to appreciate women like me more than white men. There seems to be a disconnect between strong, powerful white men and strong, powerful white women. There feels like I'm a lot of woman. I say what I want to say. I do what I want to do. And that for some reason threatens a lot of men. There's a certain type of men that don't like that. They think I'm too loud or I'm too brass but I'm just acting like a man. I'm not acting like anything. I'm acting like myself, and it's similar to what a man would do, and which would be fine. And there's something about black men that like that. They think that's cute, and they're turned on by my outrageousness or the fact that I don't give a that I want, that I'll say the thing. And so I like that. So there doesn't feel like such an imbalance. There's definitely like a cultural thing where black men, it feels like they appreciate that kind of thing more. And so that's attractive,
Yeah.
Yeah. As a woman, you want to be desired, and you want men who want to have sex with you and are like turned on by your strength, not emasculated by your strength.
Oh.
Like my strength shouldn't make you feel weak. It should make you feel strong.
Right.
That's how I think. Like I want
You're not married, Chelsea. You're not in a relationship. You just okay. All right. I mean, I just okay. Good luck.
This is gonna ruffle a few feathers, but I don't care. If you desire someone specific in energy, in character, in lifestyle, stop flirting with the knockoffs. The watered down versions you keep replying to, they're not even in the same league as the person you're praying for. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you tolerate. And one thing's for sure, two things for certain, God will never send you your king if you're too busy entertaining jokers.
One thing they don't prepare you for once you start like going to the gym for a while is the amount of men that don't really know how to speak to women. For example, yesterday I posted a picture on here, video on here, and on my socials like of my back because I just had a back day yesterday and my back looked good, so I wanted to show her off. Right. This dude slides up. I don't even really know him, but he said, "Okay, I see you." I said, "Trying to get like you." Really not even on a flirtatious wave. Sometimes I just talk to talk. Right? His response was, "Okay, with a little more consistency and a better diet, you'll be there in no time." Yeah, you're done. Because to me, if you said consistency, honestly, I probably wouldn't have even cared if you said consistency, because to me, it's like, okay, maybe he's just like a realistic type of dude. Better in diet, you're done. You're never hearing from me again, because one, you're sliding up on my story trying to be flirtatious, right? Why are you telling me about my diet? Why are you talking about my diet? You don't even know me. I've been thinking about this for 24 hours. Y'all tell me if I'm being like dramatic, but I genuinely, it enraged me in a way, because what diet? I feel like you, as a man, as a person, you should know you never comment on a woman's diet unless they ask you to. I didn't ask, so
I don't know if it's that deep. I just think he was just saying something and moving on about it. You don't have to make a TikTok about it. I don't think that man cares.
I was not ready for this. So my husband's boss pulls me aside at an event the other night, and at first I thought it was going to be like some polite small talk, like, "Oh, it's so finally like nice to meet you" type of thing. No, that is not what happened, okay? She leans in and goes, "I just have to ask, how did you do it?" I was like, do what? And she says like, "Well, how did you get him to marry you?" When I say that, I just stood there like, ma'am, hello. And then she doubles down. So she goes, "I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy at work, but I just never pictured him with someone like you." Like me? Like, I honestly didn't even know what to say, so I just laughed and said, like, I was like, "Well, I guess he just has good taste." And then I walked away before I threw hands, okay? But, like, now I can't stop thinking about it. Like, what did she even mean by that?
That's what men be telling y'all. Be your own kind.
Hear me now, believe me later. If you're dealing with a man who be going to Colombia, DR, on these little boy trips, Brazil, Thailand, you better not touch that thing until he go to the doctor. I'm telling you. When they go over there, they are paying for, right? And you gotta think, They not going over there buying no flight and then going to get no just to use a car. They not. It's just like when they cheat on y'all. Like when they cheat on you, you think they leaving raw SEX to go have SEX? No, they not. I don't care what they telling you. They not doing that. It wouldn't even make sense. So they could have raw SEX with you, and instead they choosing to go have with some rando who they risking their whole relationship for. No, they not. They not using no protection. They not. And a lot of y'all out here who in this dating scene, I done told you before, you better get on prep. Because this is running rampant. These are y'all problems, not mine, because I don't date. And ain't nobody touching me, right? But I do want y'all to stay safe out there.
So I've been seeing a lot of content about passport bros, and this is just my honest opinion about it, right? American men have been telling American women all the things that they need for them, and all the American women have told the American men, like, we're not doing it. Now, those American men go to another country, they beat more submissive women, more fit women, and actually better looking women. And now the women are mad at the fact that they may have looked down upon or looked over or walked over is now getting praised by somebody that looks better than them, is more fit than them, and more of a woman than them. So yes, it hurts a lot of American women's hearts and souls and egos to see a they thought wasn't go get treated like a king in another country. That's the real disdain when it comes to this whole situation. It's not the fact that it's going over there having sex. It's not the fact that niggas going over there spending their money. It's the fact that somebody wants the toy that you didn't want. And you would rather the toy stay in the corner and nobody touch it rather than somebody else come and find the fun in that same toy that you discarded. That's the real reason. I think you probably do have some men going over there for tourism, just like I've seen some women going over there for tourism, if I can say it like that. But I think when women talk about education, this is what men do. But men don't really do education in the, I guess, the traditional way that society says, hey, go to college. A lot of men are hands-on. They're taught to be hands-on. That's why a lot of men go to the trades. That's why you see, statistically speaking, a lot of men doing very, very extremely difficult, dirty jobs. They don't go, they're not going to school to learn that. I mean, yeah, now you have apprenticeships and things of that nature that you go to some sort of formal training for. But a lot of that stuff is on the job. Unions and things of that nature. Yeah, they're sending them to like little formal stuff, but they're learning that stuff on the job, man. They're going and researching this stuff without a professor, right? And so, yeah, like I said, you have some that go over there for tourism, but then you have some that are like, man, I ran across this article and I was like, man, I want to go see what that's about. And so they jump in head first, right? Y'all be going to the DR. Y'all be going wherever y'all want to have fun. That's where a man chooses to go. And he says, you know what? I really like it over here. I think I'll come back. And then he goes and comes back and he goes and comes back and he stays. And he's like, man, I really like the women. I met somebody. I really like the way she treats me. I don't know if I'm ever going to go back. I come back now and again for the holidays and for my people in the States. But, you know, I like the way they treat me over here and I like the culture over here. So I think I'm going to stay.
Male loneliness epidemic. I've been dating this man for 3 weeks. He asked me to come over to his house. I said, okay, cool. But just so you know, I'm not ready to sleep with you. And then here comes 1,000,001 reasons why. You know, he's like, oh, you know, no pressure. But can you just tell me why you don't want to do it? So I'm like already rubbed the wrong way, especially because I already told him before that I don't explain my boundaries. I don't over-explain them. But we've been doing good. So I was like, all right, maybe I should just, you know, have a lighthearted conversation with him about it. This man proceeded to have a rebuttal for every single thing that I said. Like, if I said, oh, yeah, I just feel like it's too soon. Oh, but you don't think that we spent a lot of time together so far? Oh, but I don't want to do that prematurely. But who's to say it's premature, though? And it's like he's saying, oh, I'm not pressuring you. But it's like by having a rebuttal to every single reason why I'm giving you, which I shouldn't have gave him a reason in the first place. But having a rebuttal to every single thing is low-key pressuring, whether you want to explicitly say it or not. And so it was pissing me off, and I'm just like, this is why these men be lonely. Like, y'all want relationships on y'all terms. Y'all don't care about other people's comfortability. Y'all don't care about other people and how they feel, or doing things on other people's time, so that way y'all both can have an equal relationship. Y'all just want somebody to sit here, cook, clean, and do whatever else with y'all on y'all timing, and that's not how it's gonna work. Like, you have to actually treat women like human beings in order for them to feel comfortable enough to be with you. And they're mad because we could actually have bank accounts and jobs and don't got to deal with them if we don't want to. And that's why they're really mad.
I'm still asking this question. Where are the think pieces? Add on this thing. Where are they?
You know this gender war? It's actually because men listened. Women are like, men need to go to therapy because men don't understand, blah, blah, blah. And us men who went to therapy realized something. Women have been going to therapy only to learn how to better manipulate people. I have an ex who's like a famous women's energy coach or whatever. She went way off the deep end. But one of the favorite shows that we would watch was this one about couples therapy. And it was about a therapist who's like digging into like couples who had problems. And she wanted to learn all about like narcissism and BPD and manipulation methods. And sure, he would try to use the shit she learned. But then us guys go to therapy expecting to get better, wanting tools to do better. And now we know all the we know what women do to lie and gaslight and manipulate and be victims, and how they dodge accountability, how they use anecdotes to try to like disregard like evidence of broad data. How they try to flip script so that way if you hold them accountable, you're all of a sudden a monster or an oppressor. Where guys don't really have boundaries because we're people pleasers. We're supposed to be providers. And so we try to be strong for the sake of everybody else. And that's lack of boundaries. So now us guys know that we don't have boundaries and we've been easily manipulated by these women. And we're just done with it. More men should go to therapy.
Women are not better cheaters. They're not better cheaters. And if I've said that, I got to correct myself. Yes, both are sneaky. I think it's easier for men to get caught, but they're not better cheaters. They're just cheating with a better species. And I say that, and I know it's going to piss people off, but because women will typically want to blow your shot. Men will not. Men will be happy as hell that you are cheating on your husband. 1, he gets to violate your man. 2, because you're not going to be all up in his space because you already got a man. That's why once you leave your man, it's typically over with. It's over because he didn't want you to begin with. Everybody has the same game. Everybody has the same sneaky behaviors and the same lying ass excuses. The difference is who you're cheating with. So when a woman starts to cheat, she usually stops having sex with her man completely. Altogether, stops having sex. Why? Because she's getting good D from the side dude. But here's the difference. Men do not move like that. A man will cheat, yes. But he rarely will stop having sex with his woman at home. Now, he might not be doing it as much, but he's still doing it. And he don't care if his side chick got a man, a husband, a boyfriend, 2 boyfriends, or a whole damn roster. If he's hitting, it's cool. He might pretend to care about the situation, but he really doesn't. It doesn't matter to him. It's about access. It's not about romance and building a future and all this other crazy shit. And on the other hand, get some good D from the side dude to start tripping. They start fantasizing about a whole life, running away together. Now she wants him to ruin his life and his family and his peace just so she can keep that experience all to herself. She has this image in her head of him coming home from a long day at work, making her dinner, giving her a massage, cleaning the house, and then dicking her head off. That is the delusional cheater for you. The reality cheater knows what it is. Day 1, he knows the boundaries. He knows how far he's willing to go, and he's not out here threatening to break up homes, families, none of that. It's only the delusional cheater that you ever hear say, I'm going to tell your wife, or your wife and I need to have a woman-to-woman conversation. You ain't never heard a man out here talking about, I'm telling your husband. Where? Please tell me. If I'm wrong, let me know. I need to see it. Oh, I need to have a conversation with your husband, man to man. Never. Because they know what they signed up for and they're cool with that. And the delusional cheater will play herself every single time because she's trying to turn into a forever. The reality cheater stays in the background, in the shadows somewhere, keeps this transactional, which is what it was supposed to be from the jump. And when it's time to move on, the delusional cheater does not move on. They go into full detective mode. Got to search your girl's name on Facebook, on Instagram, trying to find out where you live, trying to find out where she works. That's why you can't be giving out this information. Got to just cut people off cold. But The delusional cheater does not ever want closure. She wants chaos. So that's for whoever needs to hear that today.
Feminism conditioned us to pick the worst type of men, and here's how. Some of y'all's britches are going to be in a bind after this one. Super hyper dependence has caused us to pick emotionally unavailable men. And I know this speaking from experience. And the rejection of positive masculinity opens the door for the toxic, weak masculinity. So when you start slapping labels on positive masculine things like provision, providing, headship, you invite a weak man who will either not be able to lead as a man or someone who will manipulate you to thinking that they can. Been there. Feminism has glorified rebellion, not discernment. Women are confusing chaos with chemistry, so now those bad boys become the thrill, while the emotionally available, the stable boys become boring. And feminism has taught us to be that man that we were meant to receive, and then we walk around wondering why we can't find a good one. Ladies, I know when you're on your own, you have to be independent. You have to wear the pants. I get it. But when you find that good man that is honoring you, cherishing you, providing for you, protecting your heart, girl, take those britches off. I'm not meaning hypothetically. I mean, whatever y'all do behind closed doors, that's your business. But I'm saying, take those britches off, those boss babe pants, and allow him to lead you.
Hi. So, last night, I learned that my ex-boyfriend just got married. Congrats, truly. And then I look at his wedding website of sorts, and it turns out, according to the story of their love, that, he was dating her while he was dating me. And for that, yeah, we have some thoughts. But I digress. It turns out in the, let's say, fervor about this that I was in last night, I made a TikTok about this. Turns out I made a talk. And I'm not going to take it down because, to be honest with you, it's getting some views. And I want them. So I'm not going to take it down. And does that reveal things about me as a person? Yeah, I think it does. But I digress again. Because the point of this is, I wanted to just come on here and give you an update. And say, listen, I woke up feeling legit fine. Legit, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's not. He sucks. But he already sucked, so it's it is what it is. I just wanted to give that update because I feel like if I shared something on the internet, I'm obligated to tell you. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling fine. You know what I mean? It's fine. And it's not, Is it fine? No. But it's literally whatever. You know what I mean? It's fine.
Well, I guess what I would say is that women keep on telling me you're single until you're married. I'm just playing. I'm just joking.
I don't want to be a single mom. And I should be able to say that without anybody getting offended. Why is it that when a black woman says that she wants to establish some sort of commitment or stability before she has a baby by a man, a bunch of baby mamas come out of the woodwork trying to deter her from her standards? A husband can leave you. You supposed to have your baby for you, not no man. What you trying to say about single mamas? What you trying to say? You think you better? Are you really offended that I want to do the normal and socially common thing that most people do before they have a child, i.e. get married? You be Jesus. Shouldn't you be like, I know that's right, girl, period. Do your big one. But you're offended because you're a bad decision maker.
You listed all these things as how you want traditional treatment, but I went around the entire table and a lot of the women here had difficulty articulating what your end of the bargain is, what you're supposed to be bringing in a more traditional courtship, let's say. You don't even know what you got to do on your end of the bargain. And I see this all the time on the show, on dating apps. Women will talk endlessly about all the things they want in the guy, from looks to personality to money. Yet, what are you bringing to the table to deserve that sort of thing? And you need to ask yourself, does the guy that you want you? You want that traditional treatment. Are Are you moving through the world in such a way that is deserving of being able to secure that type of guy? Because if you want a good man who looks a certain way, who's attractive, has a certain status, makes good money, it's not about what you want. It's about what does he want?
I mean, these women don't even want to bake bread. They don't even want to make pre-made cookies in the oven. They don't even want to pour sugar in a bowl. They don't want to do anything.
Are you strict or are you broke? So you telling me if you met an amazing guy, he's nice, y'all have fun together, y'all laugh, and it's the beginning stages, and he's been taking you out every day, he pays for it, he's been doing little extra stuff, sending you lunches or giving you gas money or something like that. And you, as a woman, of course, is not going to be offering him gas money. You're not going to be paying for the dates in the beginning. And if he just so happened to ask you for $20 and you know this man has $20 and it could be labeled as a test, you're going to stop talking to him, or you're not going to give him the $20 because it's a test? What is $20 to somebody that's spending hundreds when y'all go out, or that's sending you door dashes to your job to eat, or that's giving you gas money and it take $40 to fill up your tank? What is $20? Whether it's for him to see, is she gonna give me this money, or is she gonna act like she don't have money, or what is that to do? I feel like when you dating a generous man and y'all really like get serious and you have money as a woman, it's fun. It's fun because now it's two adults that have money that's basically going back and forth on making their partner happy. And I think that generous men love looking out, like they love to see you happy, but nobody wants to feel used. Nobody wants to feel like, is this person only talking to me because every time we go out, I'm always paying? Is this person only talking to me because I'm always sending them lunch? I'm always buying them dinner? Because how could I know? How could I know? Unless I ask them for something and they say no, or I ain't got it, or ask somebody else, you can kind of gauge it. So I cannot believe women is talking about, and I will never talk to him again. Why? Because of $20? Oh, y'all strict.
I think the only thing that I would add, because I think a lot of it sounds good, is that when you have money, or even if you don't have money, as a woman, I think you should be figuring out, knowing that this man is taking you out, what can I do? How can I repay him? How can I make it up to him? I'm not talking about maybe using your body or giving your body to him. I'm just talking about, what can you give to him? What can you contribute? You're asking a man right off the bat to spend $300, $400, $500. That's a third rent somewhere. That's half of somebody's rent somewhere. That's 2 to 3 application fees on an apartment. And they're spending on you just to say, you don't look all that great to me. What can I do to show him I am really grateful and appreciative?
Like, I'm literally sick of being alone. It is hard to sit here and act like, nope, I have faith, I'm good. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm good. I'm above and not beneath. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm trusting in you, God. No, I'm honestly sick of being alone. Ecclesiastes chapter 3. I know there's a time and a season for everything. God's timing. God's timing. God's timing. He is the time. He's the beginning and the end, the Alpha and Omega. And I'd be crying out to you, Lord. I'd be like, you know what's best for me. Marriage is just 2 different classrooms when you're looking at marriage versus singleness. So why am I rushing to get to that classroom when I haven't graduated from this one? Okay, Lord, help me pass the test. You're a good God. You want me to pass this test, right? Help me to not fail it. But what's the delay? I'm following you. It's not like I'm trying to be, rebellious and I'm like, living my best life, YOLO. I'm not doing none of that. I'm serving you faithfully. And then you said in your word that it's better to marry than burn with passion, that you won't withhold any good thing from those who love you. It's a good thing I'm asking for. I'm not asking to be rich, famous, and anything ungodly. I just literally want to serve you. And then it's hard to I'm not jealous. I'm not coveting my neighbor. It's not that I want what other people have. I want a good thing and I want it in your time, and I truly do. I'm waiting. I'm here. I am patient. Not really. Maybe not. But I just want to know, what's the delay? Is it something that I'm doing wrong? And if it is, I trust that like your Holy Spirit will correct me. I feel like you're like dangling this like marriage, this husband thing in my face. And if you would let me speak freely, like for a second, I know you're slow to anger, but like you already released the man to me. What's the hold up? Like I honestly hate being alone. It's easy when I'm like on my period and it's great to just being alone in my room, but I'm sick of like acting like I'm okay when I'm not. And Lord, you are truly enough. Like I'm fine. I'm alive, but there's a reason why even the animals, even Noah in the ark, you sent them 2 by 2. It's not good that a man or a Brittany should be alone. Like, why am I really don't get it. And I hate to have to act all tough. Like, I'm fine. Woman of God, I got it on my own. And then people want to post like, Proverbs 31 woman, she tended to her garden. She was good on her own. Like, what? Like, this is not it. And I don't care if people want to say I'm desperate. I'm not desperate. I want the good thing that God has promised. And you've already told me you have somebody for me. But I'm like looking at time. The days are ticking, Lord. I just want to know, like, is there anything I can do on my end? Please don't let me ruin this. Is there like a character trait? Is there a fruit of the Spirit I'm not walking in? Do I not pray enough? And if it's him, please get him together. Don't let him like delay this any longer. I truly just want what you have for me. But I get to a point where I'm like sick of even praying for it. You gave Hannah the promised child, but she sat there. Pray without ceasing. She continued praying and prayed for a son, and you just gave her a son. I feel like I pray for this husband thing every day, every second. And the answer is not yet. I accept the answer. But I'm getting to a point where I'm annoying myself. I don't want to pray for it anymore. Help me, Lord. Lord, you know me better than I know myself. And so I'm not going to sit here and, sugarcoat my prayer just to sound not holy to now. No, you know how I pray and you know how I am. And I know that you love when I'm vulnerable with you. This is like as vulnerable as it gets. I'm getting tired. Please help me in this season. I don't want to act like it's not bothering me when it is bothering me. It's like, and I was doing good for a while. I wasn't even thinking about marriage or nothing like that. It wasn't making me cry because I feel like I busy myself so much. If I just stay busy, I stay working, in ministry, I just keep my mind off of it. Then I don't think about it. And then everybody wants to say the same thing. Oh, just wait on the Lord, wait on the Lord, wait on the Lord. Like, Lord, God, I hate to be that person that asks for a sign. But man, who knows? Maybe I'm next. What the heck? Clue. What the heck? Okay.
Let's see the ring. You ain't
What the heck? I'm gonna pass out.
You ain't show it. I can't see it.
What the heck? What?
So she's married now. I want to say congratulations. I'm really happy to see that, right? I was about to say, and that's what I went on her page looking for, to see if she had actually done the thing. And I was hoping that she had. So I'm happy to see that. I will say a lot of people get in their head about this stuff, but you have to be focused. You have to pay attention. There was a drink that we used to drink, clearly Canadian, and it's made a resurgence here in the United States. But back in probably the early 90s, we would go around the neighborhood, knock on the door, and the man would have clearly Canadian. We didn't know that's what it was back then, but that's what it ended up being when we found out a little bit later in adulthood. but he would just give it away. And for some time, at least in my region of the country, or part of the country, it went away. So I said, man, I really have a hankering for this. And I started to search for it as an adult. Did I stop drinking Coke or Sprite or whatever other beverage? No, I didn't. Did I stop enjoying life? Was I depressed? No, absolutely not. But this was something that I absolutely wanted, right? I've got a favorite drink. I love this, but I'm looking for something specific. I'm looking for something specific. A lot of times young ladies are not looking. They're looking for something similar, not specific. Oh, I want a rich man. I want a tall man because I feel like he can protect me. A man that is strong can protect you. Period. A man could be your height. A man could be shorter than you. He still has the strength to take you and whatever. Men have more strength than you know. And then men are taught, or men are required in a lot of situations to have strategy. So though he might not be the strongest, he knows how to beat a certain person in certain things, in certain situations. That's how he's supposed. You're thinking of big physical strength. That's limited thinking. You need to be focused on, can this man take care of me? Regardless of height. Oh, I want a provider man. I want a generous man. Oh, it's not the rich man. It's the generous man, because these rich men be stingy. I want clearly Canadian, not some sparkling water that Great Value that Walmart has made, or not some knockoff sparkling water that Topo Chico or Bubbly or whatever it is that's made. I'm looking specifically for clearly Canadian. It has a certain taste. If you get that in your mind, it's not a game. It's not a punishment. I'm looking for something specific. And once I know what I'm looking for and I'm thinking what I'm looking for, I don't even have to step outside my house. I get on that phone and we have a conversation, and I be done thought about the questions. I be done thought about how I'm going to make the conversation go the way I want it to go, to flow, not in a manipulative way, but in a way that I can get the answers that I need. So at the end of the phone call or a couple phone calls, I can say, you know what? I think you're a really good person, but I don't think that we're going in the same direction. And you can move on to continue trying to find the clearly Canadian that you're looking for. Stop wasting time. It's not a game. Be intentional. Go have a great time. Do what you're doing. But a lot of you guys get out there wasting people's time, wasting their money, wasting their resources with no end in sight. And you end up 40, 45 years old. And now you got the men upset with you because you didn't even like me in the first place. Well, I thought I did. No, you didn't. I didn't even have a shot. You just wasted my time and my money. Get out of my face. Oh, where are the men who are chivalrous? Where are the men who are generous? I'm generous, but I don't want people wasting my time. Apologize.